What is it, y'all boys? It is Namari here. I'm back at it with another video. But in this one, we're gonna be talking about what if Naruto was a female but OP? And to put this simple, but to put this simple for real though, I'm planning on doing like a OP. Like when I say OP, I mean like probably Johnny level by the time she exited. She's probably gonna be Johnny or like Sunny level, and I'm gonna do my rankings by like academy student, Gennings, Chunings, Jonings, Umbu captains, like Umbu captains, Sunning, and then Cage. So yeah, that's how I'm gonna do my ranks. What else? Oh yeah. I hope that's not too loud. Actually, let me unplug that. But another thing. So yeah, you know what? We just gonna skip to the beginning exams because I'm gonna let y'all find out about the training and her abilities later on. But we're gonna skip to the beginning exams and her name's gonna be Ruby. Yeah, Ruby. Ruby's gonna have red hair. She's going to be at the height of 5'2". I really don't want no one to ask me about like her bust size and all that. I'm just gonna let that be to your imagine, whatever size you think. I know what size I'm talking about. But yeah. Let's see. Okay. So Ruby, my fault. Ruby is Ruby, you know, her childhood is still the same as Canon, but she's just a lot stronger and smarter. And she shows us at the beginning exams because she knows, like, okay, they can't touch me at the beginning exams. So I have all free range to, like, show my true ability. So while she's at the beginning exams, she also has her summon, which is a wolf named, what's her wolf name? Her wolf name is Mika. That's her personal summon. And they're both like basically the best of friends. Like they both hang out with each other all the time, and like they are hardly separated. And Mika and Ruby both like they have taking turns, so like you know, they talk and they like take turns of like setting people up for certain pranks. Like Ruby has helped with so many pranks that like most of the Umbu, like that's the reason why most Umbus can't catch them, because Ruby will be like somewhere nearby and she would like throw off her trail, cause like she would hinge and her hinge would be like so dead accurate, it'll look just like it's Ruby, and it had the same scent and chakra signature, and that's like one of the traits of the Wolf clan. Ruby is also like very intelligent. Her intelligence right now is at 320, which is very smart for a ninja. And her body IQ is even higher. It's like she was kind of meant to fight, which we all know she technically is. She has the QB still inside her. She's also a Uzumaki and a Namikaze, which are like two good clans. But she also has certain abilities She even has a dojo, fucking, and like a few KK Genkais. I'm just gonna say that she has a few KK Genkais that are like very, very overpowered as the age she's at right now. Most people don't mess with her also because like they know that she's close to the Hokage and the Hokage will probably get onto them. So she kind of gets away with a little bit of things, but not a lot. But no one knows how truly strong she is because even in the academy, she will purposely, be a dead last. So we're gonna go to when they're in the academy. Doing the getting exams. This is where it really starts. So Ruby is taking her exams and is as she's taking her exams, she's currently being watched by like multiple booths and stuff because her exam thinks that someone's gonna probably try to attack her while she's taking her exams. Or but also they have to have Umbu on her in the village so that way they can make sure no one's trying to take control of their Jinchuriki, because she is very important to the village. But Ruby, she alright, so we doing again exams. Ruby sits down. She actually has a very serious face on her. Feel like she's thinking, okay, I'm gonna pass. I'm just gonna show everybody how smart and stuff I really am. So Mizuki hands out the exams after Uriki does his roll call. And Ruby's like, wow, he really just tried to put a genjutsu on me. And she just straight up dispels the genjutsu and looks at Mizuki like, really? And Mizuki's just like, wait, did she find out that I put a genjutsu on her paper? Which, honestly, completely shocks him. He's thinking, okay, maybe she didn't. Maybe she just gave me that look because, like, he's thinking maybe she's just being a retarded demon and just trying to fool me into releasing my genjutsu. She probably hasn't even found out. And Ruby's thinking, this guy's really is an idiot, huh? And she does the exam in 10 minutes and turns it into Aruka. Aruka listens and says, Ruby, how did you finish so fast? And all the answers are correct. And then Ruby's like, yeah, I know. I kind of just been, I guess I just feel like trying. And Aruka's just thinking, just feel like trying? Whoa, wait a minute. He's just thinking, that's the first I heard of that. I mean, I didn't think that you could actually get all this right. You must have studied hard. Ruby's like, I really been through this. I just didn't really feel like answering I didn't feel like showing my true skill back then. Is what she whispered in his ear, so that way no one else hear her. And Aruka is thinking, wow, I have such a smart student, but I have been blind, thinking that she was actually a dead lass. So he made his mission to now find out how truly strong Ruby truly was. So we're gonna skip to whenever the exams are done. Like the written exam is done. Now they're doing kunai and shuriken throwing. Ruby goes outside and she's just, waiting patiently because she's at the end of the line, but she's waiting for her name to be called. As she waits, she sees Mizuki, she just sees like everybody goes like, All the civilian kids gets like the bare minimum to pass, which is 5 out of 10. Shikamaru gets 7 out of 10. Gets 6 out of 10. Sakura and all them gets. Choji gets 6 out of 10. Hinata gets 8 out of 10. No, Hinata also gets 7 out of 10. Sasuke gets 9 out of 10. And then now it's Ruby's turn. And people like Sakura be saying this dope is about to fail, and like it's talking bad about Ruby. Ruby just looks at Sakura like, really? I really haven't said nothing about you, and now you want to talk about me. I guess I just proved you wrong. It's well like she's thinking in her head. And Ruby goes out, she does it, and she gets she throws her kunais, but makes them reflect off each other. And she'll get a 10 on kunai, and then she goes to shuriken, she get a 10 on the shurikens as well. And everybody was just looking God smacked at like what Ruby did. They're all like, how? She wasn't as good like 3 days ago. How is she so good now? And like Sakura's like, Iruka Sensei, Ruby has to be 10. There's no way she got a 10 out of 10. And Ruby's like, I can do it again. It's really not that hard. Like, I can even hit all of these with my eyes closed. If you want me to prove it, I can. And Ruby did just that. She took out kunais, but instead she goes on top of a tree. She jumps down and spin, have her eyes closed, and she throws all the kunais, and they reflect off each other, and she hits all of the targets. And she goes, do you now see that I'm better than you? And Sasuke. As she then walks away. Sakura is like mouth is wide open. Sasuke's like, whoa, she has skill. I want her. She can probably give you strong babies. Type because she's really the type of person that cannot be tamed if you think about it. And Kiba is like, I'm an alpha. She would want to be with an alpha, right? Because Ruby's showing off her true strength and IQ. And everybody else, also in the written exam, everybody sees that she finished quite fast, like faster than Sakura even. They're all thinking, wow, either she got everything right or wrong. And once they heard Ruka say that it was all right, they were like, Jesus Christ. Is there something we're missing? Has she been hiding something? And they're all thinking, well, she is hated kind of around the village, so it makes sense for her to hide something. Like, everybody that actually thinks, like, Sasuke, Shikamaru, and Shino. And, Ruby is quite, she is quite intelligent. Like I said earlier, she has a 320. I like regular IQ. Her battle IQ is 420. But that's for something else. She's the main reason, like I said again, she's good with battle IQ is because she has a fox inside of her. But not only that, she's also a Uzumaki Namikaze. And since she's the daughter of Minato Namikaze and Kushina Uzumaki, I would expect her to have a high IQ if she was to be smart. Anyways, so Ruby will also be in the middle of thinking, well, I could try to fight Aruka. That would probably be a good match for me. Actually, gonna go up to Aruka. Because it's not the Taijutsu portion. Everybody win. You have to last 5 minutes. The civilians lasted you have to last 4 minutes and 30 seconds. Most of the civilians lasted 4 minutes and 30 seconds. Shikamaru lasted 5 minutes. And then he stepped out. He says, too troublesome for me to even try. And, Ino lasts 5 minutes. Due to her being a fangirl, her physical strength and endurance are not up to par, even though she's a clan hair. And Choji, Hinata, and Shino all lasted 8 minutes. Sasuke lasted 10 minutes, and then it's Ruby's turn. She's thinking, well, if Aruka accepts my challenge, I would rather go against him. And Mizuki's like, Aruka, I'm gonna fight Ruby. I want to see how strong she is. And he has to like a very evil smirk, thinking, okay, I'm not gonna hold back at all against her. I'm gonna go all out at the beginning. Ruby sees this smirk of his, is just thinking he's an idiot. He shows his true intention and not knowing that I know better. Aruka also sees Mizuki's intent and is thinking, I should probably step in, but I have faith in Ruby not to get hurt too badly. And he looks at Ruby and he nods his head at her and saying, you're just gonna have to fight him for now. And basically deal with it. And she has to look and say, okay. And she gets in a medical taijutsu stance and activates her chakra scalpels. I think that's how you can say it. But as she activates her chakra scalpels, everybody's thinking, whoa, wait a minute, what is this? Because, like, they have never seen chakra scalpels. And Aruka's like, are you a medic by chance? Also, Ruby. She's just looking at him and saying, no, not really. I just know how to use chakra scalpels. They're not very hard to learn. Especially because also I have very good chakra control. I think my chakra control in this class, if anyone had to rival it, it'd probably be Hinata's or Sakura's. And everybody's just thinking, whoa. Or Riku's thinking, whoa, that's very good. And then she said, well, actually, my chakra control is better than both of theirs. Not trying to bag or nothing, Sakura and Hinata. But it's actually common sense for me to have better chakra control than you for multiple reasons. She then says, all right, Mizuki, whenever you're ready. And then she says, what he doesn't know is that with my medical ninjutsu, taijutsu style, I also incorporate my chakra chains. And as soon as Mizuki got ready to rush, she has her chakra chains come out of her back. And this shocks everyone. Like, what the fuck? Chakra chains? Was what came out of Ruka's, like, was what Ruka's thoughts was. And Mizuki's like, whoa, wait a minute. I don't ever remember a report saying that she has chakra chains. How does she have chakra chains? Isn't that the ability of Lady Kushina? And yes, he knows Kushina's has the ability of chakra chains due to her being an Uzumaki, and they went over the history of the Uzumaki clan. But of course, Ruby was kicked out at that time due to the instructors not wanting her to know about her lineage, even though she already knew. Because she's, like I said, has 320 IQ. She found out all this stuff at a young age, which is also another reason why Hiruzen has been watching her with Onbus, because she already knew. She told him by the time she reached getting range, she's going to be at least mid-joning, and that he can then reveal her heritage. And she was off by one. She's actually high-joning, not mid-joning. And, like, she was happy about this. Like, who wouldn't be happy that they reached above what they were expecting to reach? And she's getting ready to take her name once she becomes Genin. But as she's also fighting Mizuki, she realized, well, this is going to be fairly easy due to him kind of underestimate me. So she cuts his tendons in his leg and arm. And Mizuki's thinking, wait, what? How? Why can I not move? And Ruby's like, really, bro? You underestimated me to the point where I really could have killed you right now if this was a real fight. And she was like, that's why I wanted to fight Aruka, because at least he would have known. Took me serious. And Mizuki's just gritting his teeth because he's thinking that he's way stronger than Aruka, and that like this demon shouldn't be going toe to toe with him. And Ruby's like, bro, I'm stronger than most people in this village. I have stronger genjutsu than Kurenai, which is the genjutsu master. I have a lot of chakra. I have I have more than a Hokage. I'm literally have almost as much as a six tail beast. Like, like, what are you gonna do to stop me? And I'm on good terms with the QB. Like, what? That makes no sense of you, bro. And that's what's going through her mind. And Haruka's just like, Jesus Christ, Zuki, you make us teacher as a very bad rep with your fucking performance. And the reason why he says this is because he knows that Mizuki is underestimating her, and she's making him pay for that. And it's only been 30 seconds since he made it where he basically can move. And Haruka's thinking, I should just call it before it gets worse. And he takes it too personally. As he was finna call it, but then Mizuki then dashes at her at high speeds. He sees this, he's thinking, Jesus, he's finna get hurt badly. As she let her chakra chains hit him across the face, sending him flying across the arena. Everybody's thinking, ooh, that gotta hurt. Because like you could see a little bit of blood left on the chain. He then says, Jesus. And this Mizuki said, Jesus, what the hell did you hit me with? I felt like I was getting hit by a brick wall. She then says, that was my chakra chain. You were foolish enough to rush against me in your hurt state. You could barely move your arm and leg, and I don't know what you did to be able to move your leg and stuff, but it was very dumb of you. You could have ended your whole career right then and there. You should have just forfeited. And she holds her chakra scalpel to the neck. Now forfeit. And he says, I forfeit. And that battle only lasted a minute with her winning. Everybody's thinking, geez, Sasuke's thinking, I have that power. I need it. I need to get that power from her. And Ruby's thinking, oh Lord, now I got the power hungry Chia and a horny Inuzaka, and that's gonna be trying to get me now. This is gonna be very bad for me. And she's just getting ready for the final exam, which is the which one do I want to do? The final exam, which is to I don't want to make the final exam. I'm gonna say her final exam. Ninjutsu, yeah. I'm gonna do the ninjutsu. As much as I probably don't want to. I'll still do it. She has to get ready to do the ninjutsu exam. Now, pretty much everybody is basically expecting her to fail this as part of the exam because she can't do the clone jutsu. Or so they thought. As she prepares herself to do the clone jutsu, she's thinking, cage bunching, shadow, like do I do shadow clones, water clones, or do I do my own type of clones that I made, like wind, leaf, ash, or I can do water clone, lightning clone, like what clones do I want to do? And then she just says, I just do the regular shadow clones jutsu. Like, she can't do the regular clone jutsu because it has too little chakra. She has way too much chakra, and it's very hard for her to control. And she knows it, so she's like, I'm not going to try to handicap myself. I'm going to try to do whatever I can do. Yeah, and as she's, like, getting ready to, she's not getting ready to, what's it called? She's getting ready to, like, do the jutsu. And she feels her chakra going haywire. She looks at Mizuki. She then pulls her chakra. And then she says, Mizuki, if you try to fuck with my chakra control again, bro, I'm just gonna report you to the Hokage and get my free fucking headband. You're not really slick. I just thought you should know that I'm already onto you. And if I'm onto you, what do you think the Hokage Zanbu that's watching me right now are onto you doing? And as she says this, the Umbus are wide-eyed and they're thinking, how the fuck does she knows I'm here? Was the thought of like 4 different Umbus, and then there's just one root Umbu like, so she probably knows I'm here too. I might want to report this to Lord Danzo. As he goes to report it to Lord Danzo, Mizuki was just caught red-handed, and Naruto asked him politely to leave the room because he does not need anyone sabotaging the test he does, and to put a bad record on him for that, for letting the assistant teacher sabotage him. And so Mizuki is just thinking, damn, that demon knows everything I'm planning on doing and even beats me in a fight. I thought I could get you to fail and get you to steal the scroll from me. And I could probably kill you, but I guess not. You always ruin everything for me, you fucking demon. Is what he's thinking in his head. And everybody's Ruby is looking at him like, bro, I really do not like you. And just like, she was just contemplating, could I really just like kill him like right now? And it's like he leaves the room, and then Ruby, she's like, well, I'm just gonna do the shadow clone. She does the shadow clone. She's substitute with no hand signs, with a chair and back, and she also does the hinge, and she looks just like the third Hokage, who was in Saratobi. She passes. Everybody's just bewildered that she actually has a headband. They're thinking, oh, she was gonna fail. Nope. She shocked everybody by showing that she passed, and people was just thinking, wow, I didn't actually think this dead last would pass. I'm fairly shocked. She couldn't do clone jutsu, so I thought she was gonna fail because of that. I guess I shouldn't expect nothing no more. I should just and like most people thinking, well, she must have did some serious training before this exam. That's like the only reason why she probably passed. She did like some very hard training, or had someone teach her. Sasuke is thinking, I wonder who taught her all of her techniques and stuff, or like who was the one training her, because there's no way this dead last can, like I said earlier, get all this strength. Ruby looks at Sasuke like, bro, I didn't have anyone train me actually. I'm very, very intelligent on my own right. It's what she's like think, because she could tell by the way they're looking at her, like if she's like a helpless case or like an idiot, and she can't tell by people's body language, which in all that she can. She's kind of like a very good interrogator due to the fact you cannot lie to her. Even if you do try, you cannot lie to her. So Ruby is also like she's a very quiet person too. She doesn't really talk. And she had a mask on, which everybody thought that she was going to be bragging that she passed out loud. But like they're just surprised at how quiet she actually is. And instead of wearing, and she used to wear this hideous orange